Hello. I did it. Hello out there. My name is James, and I was making a video on, and it come out too well on part one. I guess it's the volume on this was very kind of low. Let me see. Yeah, the volume was pretty kind of low. This is the topic I about part two about black men on dating various ethnic women leads to happiness. Part two. The reason why I made this video is just that there's large controversy today about men, particularly black men, dating various on certain segments of the YouTube about the women that they date. And I want to say for the record that when black men, like any other men, pick a woman, they pick a woman based on substance and chemistry. They pick a woman basically is to make them happy. It has nothing really to do with the race of the woman. So much the race of it's more like the bonding, and maybe with some the women that our own women that we came across, some of them, not all of them, that it was not a compatible situation in what a person want, and there's a certain standard that they want, and sometimes the women that some of us come across that is in our own ethnic group, especially expect a certain thing or be a certain personality, and then when you don't measure up to that personality, it comes back and kind of bites you in the butt, so to speak. So, and then it's just like a matter of choice, like it's just like it's opposite sex of what they want out of a man. And when you're looking for somebody out there who is compatible, you tend to there's more to the substance. Once you get over the honeymoon phase of dating, as far as being attractive physically, hopefully emotionally and spiritually, and then of course financially down the line, it comes to a decision is you want to continue with this relationship. It comes to a point and you have to be pretty much mature in your decision on who you dating with. My outlook on it is like this. Excuse me. My outlook is on it. It's like this. Women from all backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, have some issue, have some issues. You can't take one race over a woman over another race. You really have to really see the characteristics of the woman. Each woman that you date or each woman that you're courting, and decide for the decision that this is the type of woman you want to have a long-term relationship with that can lead to marriage and making a family with. And like any other couple, you have some ups and downs. But the main thing is, can this person stand with you when crises come up? Because every day you with this person, it ain't always gonna be peaches and roses. And no matter, it could be something going wrong in your body. It could be something going wrong with your finances. It can go everyday events that most people have in common. And sometimes your relationship will get tried to a test. So you have to look at that as well. So you have to ask yourself, um, can this person stand with me? If I have a job, I'll lose my job. And it happens to everybody, regardless of race, color, creed. Are they just going to abandon you because you had this thing happen? If you get sick, this is a maturity way of looking at things. Are they going to still stand with you in the storm? And I believe when it comes to black men, speaking as a black man, I believe that's what we want. We want someone to stand in the storm because the storms are already rough out there in society as far as getting access to things and getting access to resources and things like that. And there's some men that don't try, but there's men that do try. And I think it's not right to label all is not trying to get something. And so therefore, we tend to find women who tend to understand from different ethnic backgrounds. So that's why, and if a woman is able to understand your circumstances and regardless of her race, you have a beautiful thing there. You have a really unique beauty about it. But it's but like most people, they don't think about that. And there's a lot of you can find materialistic women in any ethnic background. It's not necessarily have to be black women. There's you be surprised on different individuals what they expect. I remember one time, and I wasn't really. We was just being friends, and this Indian woman, East Indian woman, that in her family, she's a doctor, right? And her father, he's a professor, and mom is probably some professor and anything. And it was from they originally lived in Canada, but the parents are originally from India. And what happened was I knew that this was we just being friendly with her, just being, because make a conversation about um why this person got a divorce from their husband that was a doctor too. She was a doctor, he was a doctor, and he was white. And the story goes that from her perspective, that it just wasn't working out. And they came from two different religions. He was I think Presbyterian, and she's Hinduism. And so that was a spiritual, it was kind of a conflict right there and there. But as I began, got to talk to one day we was out there talking the hallway, and I would say, I was just introducing her to the local scene that's around the Youngstown, Cleveland area. So her father comes up, he snatches the paper and say, "Thank you very much." And I was like, "Wow," just I said, "Wow, that's kind of messed up," So I was just being friendly, but and so later on as I got to talk to her, her mindset, and some people who have this mindset from other backgrounds feel like if they go dating and courting and soon to make someone a husband, they have to be a doctor. They have to be in some kind of high profession, which is nothing wrong with it. They dating, but they're going about it the wrong reason. When you being with somebody, you should love them for who they are, and you don't know how that some doctors, not all doctors are rich. Not all doctors make good money. Some are just probably making enough money just to probably pay their medical schooling off at first. As long as they're a doctor, it's just one of those kind of it was one of those kind of deals. And plus, as I got to talk to this woman, find out she was a nutball. I mean, she was one time I was telling her about my friends, and she started making homosexual remarks that do I ever think about these bi relationships with my male friends? I mean, I could ask me stupid stuff like that. I said, no, I'm not bisexual. I'm not homosexual. Why would you even go there? And her character was really off the whack. So, and yeah, hold on 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you have to really watch the different characteristics of the woman that you're dealing with. Because I have dated women, and it really was they were psychotic. They were off the wall. They were they were off the wall, and I'm sorry, and it was just crazy. Hello. Okay. Yeah, my neighbor left his phone. He lost his phone. Anyway, get back. So, get back. What I was saying was that yeah, you had she. This chick was psychotic, and she was a fairly attractive woman. She was kind of a little on the chunky side, but she was a fairly attractive woman. But but she was just. That's what I mean about you have to date the person to see what their personality. Because I mean, they come up with some crazy stuff, and she yeah, and that was a doctor who an Indian doctor, and she was a nut. Then I had another woman that was from the Micronesian Islands, and she had this kind of a controlling person. You know, she was kind of this manipulative personality. She come off all first. She seemed like she was cool at first, but and she had this child, and everything seemed to go at first. And she didn't have no car, and me being a nice guy, I go pick her up, and I go and take her wherever she got to go. She need to go to the store, pick her up to work, and do all these good things. Finally, one day she tells me out of the blue that she tell her girlfriends at work that she got me wrapped around her finger. It's like, what you talking about? Got me wrapped around your finger? Hell, I'm just being trying to be your man, be your friend. But I gotta make a decision if I want to pick you as my mate. Anyway, her little kid, was disrespectful. I mean, and she was the other crazy woman, and she came from the islands. She came from Micronesia, which is something similar to Hawaii. So it ain't just black women that just got some issues. Let me tell you something like that. And then you meet these kind of women, and it's like that's why I say you really need before you make a generalization of women, a certain group of women, date all different type of women. And when you date, like if you date a white woman, don't just date one white woman. Date about five or 10 to 20, and you'll find out which one is compatible with you. And you'll see what ones is crazy. You'll see one is just the same as the black women or any other women. That's the truth. This is the honest God truth. If I could tell this to any man of any race, don't assume that one woman of one particular race is better than the other. It's not like that. Trust me. Once you get to talk with somebody, you corresponding with them, whatever, and you working this thing out. And this is the type of women I would come across, man, in other women. So that's why I can never make a generalization to say that white women are this, black women are this, or these other women are this, because you're gonna find out sooner or later some of these women that you come across is crazy. Some of them, not all of them, but some of these women is just crazy. I talked to some black women that were real high maintenance, real high minded, and instead of just meeting somebody and enjoying the relationship with the person, the companionship, they expect it to be on the high hog, so to speak. But just because you meet somebody with money, don't mean that the problem is going to go away. The chemistry is not. If you don't have no chemistry with somebody, I don't care how much money in class or education that you got, it ain't going to work out. And so some people get this delusional that they're trying to find someone to fit their lifestyle. And it's really funny. It's really hilarious because they have a real low perception of what's going on. They do. They have a real low perception, and and that's what I've come across. And then you meet some women that try to do what like men do. They try to have many men. They want to use a man. They're attracted and they give sex to a certain type of man, and they put the other man in the category of nice. He just around me because I'm attractive because of my face and my body. There's some women that think like that, and I met women that are like that, and I knew a particular woman. She's a black woman that thought like that. But see, the thing about life is you ain't gonna be the same person. You ain't gonna stay young forever. You ain't gonna stay cute forever. Your looks gonna change like anything else. So you might as well be a real woman and settle down and know that you got a good man. And I was telling her that, and she had these good black men. She's a black woman that these men want to give her the world, man. That would do anything for her, stand by her side. But she don't, she gets like how some men do. He want to be all snuggle up under me and stuff like that. I mean, just ungrateful. I mean, but this guy own his own business, got something going on for himself. That's why I said some women are just out there just screwed up. Because as soon as you ask in life what you get, you don't even appreciate what you got. And then you get to a certain you get to a certain point, you're getting up in age, you need to kind of chill out. See, when you in your 20s, you can pull that crap off, but when you get in your 30s and in your 40s, it's time to mature up. It's the same way, I get it would probably be for a man. He need some at some point you got to mature up as a man. Just like a woman will have to mature up. But that's the type of, and then they have a high maintenance minded women out there. That's just they so high, and just it's ridiculous, man. And that's why they're single. That's why these women are single and miserable because they haven't come to the conclusion that you ain't gonna be cute and single for long. You ain't gonna keep doing what you're doing, and once your cake, you eat it too. And so a lot of times you see some women on social media complain about this because they don't know how to be the real woman. That complain. That's why they're single. If they know how to understand the principle of a giving person into the relationship and wait till you study to see who you come across, then you will have a successful relationship with, regardless what ethnic group, the background the man is. I say this to say, so really, as I at the age that I am, I realize that there's no prep. You make sure you go for the personality. It's all right to have someone true as attractive on the outside, but when you go to have a serious relationship with them, there's more to it because it's like anything. You get something new, it's something fresh, and after a while, like most people in human nature, they get tired. People get tired of each other, and things wear out. Then you get treated like a used furniture or a used car. Like all of a sudden, you just out there for convenience. You get you, and that's how some people treat people these days. It's the truth. And so that's why I don't mean to get off on a tangent with this, but that's get back to topic. That's what black men want. Black most good black men, that have decent character, and they may not have the resources that they have, but it doesn't take away the character of if something come down, they would be the honorable man that they do and step up and know how to stand with the woman on her side if in need. There's some men that really do, but they never, like myself, that we never get a chance. We get overlooked, and that's the truth because you're going for somebody who you think is a man, but turn out that he's a disappointment as far as life because you base it on the outer materials of the relationship, not the inner materials. And and that's the truth. That's the God's honest truth out there. And so as I'm sorry to get off topic again, but that's why black men, far as I'm concerned, like any other man, they go to different because they're trying to find a woman someplace on the planet that know how to love them, that will know how to accept them for who they are and what they are. And that's why some men are willing to go to that have the resources, the ones that do, are willing to travel to the ends of the earth to find another, even if a woman had to speak a different language. That's telling you a whole lot. Or and then some are just yet to come, but when the time does come, he's gonna take that opportunity and not. And can you blame him? I mean, seriously, you've been told that you too nice, you too lame, you too this, you too that. So say, okay, why should I stay and be freaking miserable, be single, be miserable for the rest of my life when there's other options out there? And it's the truth. But I would say this to the men: it's like don't. It's not all one particular grouping women that could be in your race. With black men, it's not all black women. There's some good black women out there. I do believe out there. They're a diamond in the rough. You do. They're in the United States. They're a diamond in the rough that have matured out of that mindset. You know how like they say how some men ain't mature. Well, some women ain't mature. Despite all the pain and hurt that they've been through, they never mature. They don't know how to make a mature decision as far as they say that this is what they want in a relationship. Then when the opportunity is presented to them and the character of this man is shown, they don't know how to take it. They can't believe it. And so they act out in some insecure way. So they go back to this more dysfunctional man. What using for their body, using for their resources, and then now they hurt. And now they say there's no good men. It's basic, and it's not the case, is that they wasn't mature enough. I believe as a man that there's good women, whether they're black or they're white or the other. It's just that you have to see who you have to take your time and see what the character of this person is about. I say I believe in this way. I believe in God. Let God reveal who that person is to you. Allow God to reveal that. Allow God to reveal who this woman is. Is she arrogant? Is she gonna cause you a lot of problems? And if she don't, man, she's not worth it. And just take every woman like any woman if you would meet in this country or overseas. It's the same thing. Meet, get to see the character of the woman. Don't see what someone else said or all women on this particular block or in this village or this country. Because trust me, excuse me, not everybody's meant to be the same. And I've learned that dating different women over the years. And that's the truth. That would be my advice. And I'm 50 years old, and that's when I've come to realization that you're the prize. If you got your spiritual mind on set, everything else will fall in line. The resources and everything else. Someone may look at you and may not see that you don't look like you have anything, but it could be a matter of time. As a man, your resources can pop up, and the next time a person look at you, they see that you got your head together. And it's good to stay grounded and spiritual because you'll make logical decisions. You'll know how to handle the pressure things in life, and you'll see what type of woman that you want. And because for me, this is what I've learned from my past mistakes. Don't assume that all particular ethnic group of women are like that. That these women have this perception, this on these because you're gonna find dysfunction in every woman. If you date enough women, and guys like myself, you know what I'm talking about. If you date a number of black women, number of white women, number of Hispanic, Asian, whatever, you will see the difference in the women. You see the characteristics. You see some materialistic. You see some women are bratty. You see some women that are just crazy, man. They just have this warped perception of me, and not we. You'll see some women out there. You'll see some women that they're controlling, they manipulative. You'll see some women. There are women out there like that. They're just as smooth game as the men. Don't let that pretty face fool you. They know how to play the part. And there's some women out there that are very slick. They know they know how to manipulate a man and get what they want. And they don't care. They crush your feelings and anything. You can really be falling heads over here with them, but they're not feeling you. So my advice is just if you meet a woman, yeah, it's going to be attractive body and attractive face, but really go for what the see. Allow time to show you what's coming out of the heart, because whatever comes out of the heart, the mouth will speak. And that's true. That's real talk right there. And then you have to make a decision: is it how this person gonna make you feel? Is they putting life into you, or they taking life away from you? Are they causing you misery? Are they causing you, stress and headache? And that's with any woman. That's with any woman. If they cause you stress and headache, ask yourself, is she taking years off your life and causing you more gray hairs? Because if she isn't, she's not the woman for you. That's the truth. That's my best advice is just, they watch the character. Don't be so fool about look. I mean, as the old saying goes, everybody think that the devil is when he was originally a beast with feet and horn. The devil wasn't he didn't start out being a beast with feet and horn and, and horns on his head. He had to become a beautiful art, arctic angel, which is like a male like angel. Because he don't have to come looking one way. If he want to attract, let's say he want to attract a woman, he has to be the most handsomest man on the ever known to on the horizon, and he knows it. That's why he has to transform. This what women don't understand. Some women don't understand it. So it's the same principle. If you're a man, look for wait to see if that woman is legit or is she a devil. Is she a demon? Because sometimes demons don't have to look ugly. They don't have to look ugly. They can transform. They can look pretty. As soon as you turn out to take them in the bedroom, turn out at night, the real thing can be unmasked the next day, the next hour. And that's with any woman you date on this planet. Watch the character, the personality of a woman. Don't get caught up in, well, all black women are this, and all white women are that, all Asian women are this, all Hispanic women are that. No, 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 no. If you go in that preferential dating circle, and you'll find out, and not just one woman, not just two women, but date varieties different women in that ethnic background group, you'll find some dysfunction. Guarantee you're gonna find some dysfunction. Because not all women can be projected this way, or a group of women are projected this way. That's the truth. And I think that there's some good American black women out there that are waking up. And there's some black women are just they immature, just like they would probably say some men are mature, but they are immature. They don't know how to love because they've never been loved, and they have a warped perception. But I believe that there's some black women, and I do believe this, out there somewhere in America. Somewhere understood, had wisdom of understanding this whole thing called life. I believe that, just like any other women do, just any other ethnic background. As men, I think you just have to maybe be wise on what kind of woman we get with. And that's the truth. And no matter if it's a woman in the States or a woman over in Europe, woman over in Africa, Asia, any place, let time show you the character of the woman before you see the perception of what you perceive or assume what it is. And that's the truth. Because this is what I've learned. And over time, because now when I look at a pretty face, I can look at a pretty body. It can look good. It can look good, butt naked and everything else. But after you look at it deeper, beyond the flesh, and you see what the person really about. Look, study their nature, study the, and just let time will show you what a person is really about. And so when you, as a man, I think that's why black men, we want to go, because we're trying to find that woman that meets the nature of what the woman, her personality is supposed to be: the nurturing, the kind, the feminine, and it's really just to be blessed to have someone to make you happy. Someone is there going to be supporting you. Someone going to understand that you're going to go through some times, but they're not going to bail out and just leave because times got hard. You need a woman that know how to stand in the storm, but maintain her femininity and maintain her nature, her God-given femininity and nature. And that's hard with any woman of any ethnic background to find these days. That's hard to find a woman like that. I don't care. Any man would probably agree with that. That just it's hard to find a woman that has it, that has femininity, nurturing, and it just had that nature that she likes being a woman that's attracted to the opposite sex of a man, not trying to compete with the man, not trying to look like a man, not trying to not trying to look like a man, not trying to look like a man and compete with the man, but no, enjoy being a woman. That's what I think most men really want. And that's why I could say as a black man, that's what I would be attracted to. Is your nature of what's on the outside of the woman and the inside of the woman. Because I have met attractive black women, very fairly attractive black women, like any other women. And you'll find out something screwed up along the way. Some with some of them that they got some issues they're trying to maintain. And you be that guy like, I don't understand, man. This chick is fine as I don't know what the heck is wrong with her. She crazy. It's nuttier than a fruitcake. Man, it's just that's reality showing you what this woman really is. And so I would say don't get so caught up in preferential treatment and perception of what, like let's say for white women or Asian women or Hispanic women, because you're gonna find it if you really study and you be around and date many of them, you're gonna find it's the same issues, the same problems. They just speak a different language. That's all what that is. That's all. That's all what that is. The same issue, the same problem, the same thing. It's the truth. Same. This is what I've encountered in the past. So if you're courting and dating, take your time, and because once you get involved with somebody, whether it's in this country or outside the country, and you pledge to take that person's hand in marriage, you literally this is the reality. You literally, as a marriage is supposed to be, giving your life over to this person, giving your life over. So if you find a woman out there, whether it's in your same ethnic background or different ethnic background, make sure someone you're gonna give your life to, that's someone that's gonna appreciate what you have to offer. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the God's honest truth right there. And pray that this thing works. Um, yeah, just be careful on who you date. But I see a lot of men, just as well as some you see some women do, they have a certain perception or a certain preference. There's nothing wrong with preference, but in the preference, this should be more because the character makes up what the preference is supposed to be. The character is the strongest thing. And another thing, when you date a different ethnic one, a person of an ethnic background, are they strong enough? Are they very strong enough to know that if you're that nationality of a man, you're gonna get looked upon you a certain way. She might get looked upon a certain way. Is she strong enough? If she's strong enough to overcome that, that's a good woman. That really is. It's a good, solid woman. That's another reason why. So you pick a woman of a different nationality, make sure she's strong enough to endure that and love her because she took a sacrifice to from from perception what the world perceived, especially getting with a black man in this country and probably other places, from a few other places. That when you wanted a few men, it's like when you get with a black man, I mean, in some places, like they think you're dating down because of what the media has painted us to be as black men. It's like, why are you getting with one of these guys? These guys are not responsible, so to speak. And that's what the perception of it is. And if she's strong enough to overlook that, that's that's a good thing. Because a lot of people don't take the time out to, get involved with somebody and see what's deep on the deep. inside their heart. That's the truth. And that's what I learned from dating different women. It was a lust. It was based out of a lust relationship. But when you stay with them for a while, the true side of them usually come out. And when you get to the point that maybe you want to make a serious relationship with this person, they may not be the person for you because outside of the sex, there's nothing else there. And a lot of people are are with somebody because of that. There's got to be more than just sex that makes up the component of the relationship. But I think when it comes to men and women, they're lazy in that department, not to go full in a relationship. And another thing is, it's kind of good that you have one person because if you dating all these different people, and you sleep with all these different people, sooner or later it's going to weigh on your psychic. It really is. It's going to really weigh you down. It's going to really mess you up. So that's why it's good to get delivered from all that and find one person that's going to be your better half for the rest of your life. I mean, not everybody's good for you. Not everybody's is in your corner. And they say for every one man, there's 7 women on the planet. And if you meet that one woman, then be happy that you came across her. That's what I would say. But yeah, that's cause will make me make this video because I don't know why I'm getting tongue tied all of a sudden because of my own experiences with women out there, my own what I've encountered. That when you date somebody, date them for their character. Don't date them for their don't date them for perception. Don't date them for because you heard what one group of women versus another group of women about. Date them for who they really are. Take the time to get to know them. That's what I would say. Because I've dated a few women outside of black women, and it really was no difference. It really wasn't really much of a difference when it came to their character and their personality. Because these same women that I mentioned earlier, you have the same spirit. They have the manipulative spirit. You have one had a materialistic spirit, and when a materialistic that they have to be on a higher class to show that they want to be involved with you. If they want to be seen with you in their social friends and realm and things like that. It's crazy, man. I mean, so they can want to go back and brag to their friends about you because you were this doctor or this millionaire or something like that, and so they can show their friends. And you have women like that. See, that's why they like to see things on the outside. And you would say, and you will find that in other women just as well as black women that they trying to find the same kind of materialistic ways. And so that's what I learned. And and like the women that I dated that were very attractive, that were black women, they that's what they wanted the same thing too. They wanted somebody who made good money. Uh, they have they have all these attributes. They know how to charm them and make them laugh and everything else. But in the long run, they have no substance. They right back to where they started. They right back meeting men after men after men after men, and they playing the same field and getting and having the same problem, and not knowing that time is going to catch up with you when it comes to stuff like that, because you playing these men's feelings, and you're not really attracted to them men. And so why don't you just let this man go? Why are you going to lead this man on to think that he's going to get someplace when he's not really getting nowhere with you? You're not physically attractive to this man. And I've encountered women like that. They weren't physically attracted to me. They was just it was just like, okay, you're not that what I expected, that dude with that certain swag. Okay, I'm not your type then. Then I'll go on to the next woman. And when I mentioned I went on to the next woman that was a different ethnic background, all of a sudden, why you had to go to a different ethnic background woman? Uh, because you weren't attracted to me. I mean, it's as simple as that. That's why I kind of with there's one black woman that was in Indiana, and she was the type of woman that did the same thing, did the same, playing the field, playing dudes, stuff like that. And now she's laying up. When I heard that she's not able to barely walk anymore. See, there's the consequences. There's some consequences gonna catch up to your body after a while. There was another woman I dated in Cincinnati, Ohio. She was same way. She had this perception of dude making 20 some dollars an hour, but it's like what I go and take her on a date, say, hey, all I just want to do is just hang out. Why we have to make me just hang out with you over the phone? But you meet some stranger offline who you barely don't know for a quick second, and you let him into your house, and he end up your girlfriend come over. He make a move on your girlfriend, and then you come crying to me saying that this particular woman, come crying to me that he left her out there with a food bill. So hey, but I said, hey, you wanted to do with the $22 an hour? You didn't check. You didn't see his character. You saw what his wallet can do. He came and he played the part. He probably looked good, dressed good, drive a nice car, have some nice money. You thought you gonna be treated like a queen, but he ended up treating you like less than a dog because you didn't. And this is what happened. This is what happened to her. So it was funny. I kind of laughed. One thing about being a nice guy, you hear stories like this, and how can you feel sorry for some of these women when they wouldn't give you a gentleman and you a decent dude? They would give you time of day, but yet they meet some other dude ain't worth the crap when as far as his personality. Then they come crying back to you. Can you believe what he done? Yeah, life could have told you that. So it's funny to see the lame dudes, the nice guys, they gonna get theirs in the end. They gonna get the woman that they want, and they gonna get the resources that they have, and leave the country. See these women that been talking this mess, and that they've been passing over it and laying down with the bums and laying down with the bad boys and the bums and everything. That they were good at sex, and that's all what it was. But when it came to a full term relationship, this is where you have American women lacking. Some American women are lacking, and then some women overseas, they understand that this what type of men that they train from the jump. This is what kind of men that they want. I mean, but if you won't submit in a way, coming to an agreement and kind of let the male take the lead when you recognize What is he supposed to do? So that's why you see a lot of women on social media complaining how some men ain't crap. That's why they're single. Because I mean, the standards is just way out there. And there's been many times that the good Lord has brought men their way that had good quality, but they were just too cute. This man was just too this. This man was too that. But the man had a good job. The man has a responsibility, take care of his children. There have been men that these women have come across like that they had kids, they paid the child support, they did the right thing. There's some irresponsible men, true enough, but there have been men that have done the right thing. Black men have done the right thing, but they passed them up. That they don't want no drama in their life. They passed them up. So there's some black men that got some hair on their shoulder. They passed them up. They said something wrong. They talked to them some kind of stupid way. So that man is gone to another woman in some part of the world or to a different race. But no one ever heard that side of the story. Why are men going to these other races? You have to look at some women. And some of the women that they come across, particularly in the black community, some black women don't want a good black man. Period. They don't think there's no good black man. Or a black man to their certain standard. Whatever that is, I don't know. He gotta be damn near bipolar. I mean, literally, you gotta be, like he's about ready to go shoot and act crazy. And okay, now I know that this is the man that would protect me. I'm like, yeah, I know he threatened to kick the officer's butt, and five guys that made to take him on. Okay, that this is the kind of man that would protect me. Oh yeah, so someone came by and shot up my house and car last night, but by God, at least I have a real black man. I mean, just some things it's just. But hey, that's what type of man that they want. I mean, it's just that's the ones that's complaining that ain't man enough. I mean, it's just it's crazy. I mean, and then you have he ain't making enough money, so the brother might have a blue collar job. He ain't making enough money. Gotta deal with that. He ain't spending the kind of money on me. Gotta deal with that. But she's Miss Independent. You can't tell her nothing. Gotta deal with that. So at what point, what do the good men do? The lame dudes, what do they do? Well, they got an option. They go overseas and get them another woman. I mean, what do you expect for the men to do that are single and you say a lame? That's my question. What do you expect them to do? Just wait around for the next 100 years till they damn near about to go in the grave and say, okay, pick me now after you done pumped out about 10 to 15 kids, whatever, going on grandkids. Now you want a good man. And then when you get a good man, you try to control him. Wow. So this is why I believe men should, because some women in other places understand this concept that allow you to be the man that God has destined you to be. And you don't have to sit there and you don't have to keep challenging your manhood. Some women in other parts of the world, they already know that you're a man. You're a man of substance. The thing about it is, how would it play out? But if you doing everything as a man to take care of yourself and able to save money, go over to another part of the world, that tells you a lot about the man. So I don't blame American men, whether it's a white man or black man or any other man, to go overseas. Because if you've been told that you ain't crap, whatever, in your own country, and said, I'm not attracted to you because you don't make this kind of money, or you don't have this kind of status, or this kind of education or whatever it is. And you say, okay. So somewhere along the line, the lame dude, that dude you that dude that they passed up, he gets his money right, gets his resources right, get his personal wardrobe and everything right. Boom, he gone. And so, and the latest complaint I always hear about, like the athletes and the celebrities. Like, why did they pick other women, particularly black men? Can I keep it real with you? Before these men who are athletes and stars, some of these same women, if they would have been a broke the lame dude on the street that was just struggling at the McDonald's job, they wouldn't give him no holler. They wouldn't pay no attention to him. They would laugh at him. They say probably say he look goofy. But but when the same athletic dude, when his athletic is he gets so talented, or with his acting or music or sports or whatever, get out there, the same women, the same women got a nerve to criticize because he picked another ethnic woman. But have you ever asked a dude who's famous? Maybe he did try to talk to some black women, if he's a black dude, and they turned him down. They told him he was lame. Your money ain't tight. Your clothes ain't tight. You got weak game when it comes to approaching women. You don't know. So they say, hey, and maybe that did something to his self-esteem. But somewhere along the line, he put his self-esteem into his athletic ability. Now he's on the world stage and on TV. And he just happened, the woman that is attracted to him is attracted to see what's in him and see what his potential was. They saw the vision. So what really, that's what it came down to, why these men pick these other, and they let them be who they are. And that's why some black athletes who are wealthy, who date different women, because I believe that there were some of them, not all, but some was, but some of the black athletes were told they were too lame. They were lame. They're ugly. They probably told something like this in high school and college and whatever. Women didn't give them no attention whatsoever, especially black women. Some of the black women didn't give them no attention. When to find out when he excelled in his whatever he was able to do to hit that point, all of a sudden he's handsome now. He's the most handsomest thing you ever want to be. It's funny. It's I think if you ever come across it, you need to ask the person who's famous who make money first. And like I saw the situation with that actor Michael B. Jordan, and there were black women that were complaining about him dating white women. But before Michael B. Jordan became famous, the young man that played in the Black Panther movie, I wonder how many black women were willing to talk to him before that, when he was struggling, when he was working with, he standing by his side? You know how was his game was. I mean, his just saying. But all of a sudden, he stood out. He started working out, and he started getting more noticeable around the world. All of a sudden, and that was his. He got to the point. Hey, and he found a woman that, as a man, let him be the man who he is. That's why he went to some other women, because they allow him to be the man who he is. It ain't got to be confrontational. It ain't got to be hood like. It ain't got to be, he ain't got to have a record, so to speak, just to prove that he's a man. He ain't got to get shot up and get beat up just to prove that he's a man. That's what it was. And that's what they have a problem with. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, and as soon as you start taking care of yourself, and whenever talent come out, all of a sudden these other women start noticing you, and they start seeing something in you. That's something that maybe these other women never saw, because what their perception of it was, what they think what a black man's supposed to be, whether it could be angry, confrontational, I don't know what it is. Could be just he got to be a half nutball just to submit under him, whatever. And maybe these other women, they didn't have to. He don't have to be like that up under. I'm just saying it could have been something like that. And that's why I don't. That's why I said I don't blame him. If you got the resources to go and meet other women on the planet, hey, I don't blame the brothers. Shoot, because I'm saying women wouldn't give him no holler back in the day. They wouldn't talk to him, try to talk to him on the street. Just even to smile at some women, they won't even acknowledge you, even if they were attractive black women. Someone they won't even. If you smile at some women, they don't even want to make eye contact with you. You might just say hi, sister, whatever. I just said hi. You might just say hi to a sister. She don't even want to give you no smile, no hi, no nothing. It could be something simple as that. And so that turns men to other different backgrounds. That turns black men over to different things. This is crazy. So when I hear when I see so when I see excuse me, when I see men doing this, when I see women complain about men going overseas meeting different women, black men, it's like, hey, had these women ever asked the black men really, why you going dating women over there? Get their side of the story before you just start making associations. It's, do you really do you disdain or not like black women or whatever it could be? It may be, and it may and some might be in some cases, and some may be not be in all cases. Maybe that the women that they come across didn't appreciate them. Just like it might be some black women don't feel appreciated by black men. It's the same vice versa. And then when their talent starts showing, their ability starts showing, their worldview open up, worldview open up. It was that was it. So that's my intake on part two on why men date various women and why not. You should be happy, whoever you want to date, because the essence is to find that nurturing wife. That's the thing. That significant other. Someone's gonna stand by you in the corner, whether you healthy woman or you down on your feet the next minute. That's what all men want. Whether it's a black man, white man, they want a woman that's gonna stand by their side, not just you got sick. I can't deal with this pressure. I can't deal with this. We losing money. We losing this. I can't deal with you. I gotta go. Be like a It'd be like something out of the Bible where Job lost everything. And all of a sudden, this woman can't be strong enough to stand by you and help you get through the crisis. That's what men really want. They want a woman that's going to stand by them. Whether he's going the hardest thing one thing, and maybe the next thing he's not the hardest thing. That's what these men want. And maybe some of these women that show their true nature. And so that's why they try to find another woman that's based on their character on why they picked her. So that's my take on it for today. No, I ain't gonna get too many views on this, but I like to use this Google Live just to express what's the latest topics is today. I hope someone able to hear this. My last video on this topic didn't have no value, but it's something to think about. It's really something to really considering that question comes up. Why is this particular group of men going to these other different women? Get the other side of the others. If I can say is get the other side of the story before you make assumption and calling someone a sellout, a coon, a sambo, whatever. Get the other side of the story because maybe they was damaged, they were wounded. Maybe men get hurt, get wounded too, just like a woman does. And it's like after a while, and maybe we might, as men, not show it in the way like women do, because we may not to cry, not to express it, not to whine, not to cry. We just say F it. Okay, toughen up and let's, you know, get off your back and let it, come out your mind and just don't dwell on it and move on to the next relationship. But the reason why is my understanding is because they were overlooked. And when you get treated bad and you get overlooked, you don't forget about that stuff. That's common sense. So you find a woman of a different when a black man find different nationality, it's more than what your perception could be. It could be the sex. It could be something, but it could be something deep and deeper, even more. She could actually love this man, and I know it's hard to see that because one race supposed to be within the same race. You have people that believe that, from all different ethnic backgrounds, but sometimes love have a strange way to show on itself. That there's a point that you can be attracted to somebody, and you come to a point in time you can be attracted to the soul of a person, not the flesh of a person. And that's the truth. You can be attracted, but what the world see as on the outside, the two people can see what's on the inside. In regards of she's black, he's white, she's white, he's black, or any other nationality. It could be some people can literally have love for each other. Who are we? We don't know. They could have a mutual attraction to each other. We don't know. And that's what I would say about that one. But my name is James, and I know this is long and drawn out, but I just want to express why men go to other different women and get their take on why. Why would someone go to another national ethnic group of women? Because why not? I mean, because you get someone that's or is not attracted to you in your own ethnic background, that's a logical thing to do. Because at the end of the day, it's a man and a woman. So, but I'll probably be back on later on and talk more topics on this topic. Trying to build an audience, but looks like I'm not having one. But at least I'm getting the views when my video come across. Anyway, y'all take care out there. Be blessed. And look to see you soon. My name is James Thomas with a video on men dating various different ethnic background and why is it and what causes